I'm your doctor.
Who?
No, not Doctor Who. That's a TV show. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm Dr. Bunchanen, and there has been a huge outbreak of... If you couldn't tell already, the Black Death is a bad thing and can be fatal. If you know anyone with the following symptoms, run. If you have the following symptoms, run to your local hospital. They will help you be Black Death 3. Have you suddenly developed a headache, fever, or chills? Has your groin, armpit, or neck developed black lumps, also known as buboes? You may have. What is the Black Death? You may ask.
Black Death was a huge epidemic which wiped out nearly 70% of Europe's population in the 1340s. The plague originated in Asia but travelled to Europe along the Silk Road. In Europe, the disease rapidly spread due to the fact that most of Europe's towns, villages and cities were quite close, which made it a lot easier for the plague to spread from victim to victim. The cause of the plague were fleas. When bitten by a flea, the bite sufferer would contract the plague. But fleas could not travel such far distances to spread the plague by themselves. They needed their trusty old friends, the rats, to help them travel and spread despair. Together, the rats and the fleas spread the plague all over Europe. The cure for the plague is antibiotics, but this was not known during the 1340s, so many people came up with outrageous treatments, including whipping themselves. It was thought that the plague was a punishment sent down from God, so many people believed that if they punished themselves, God would leave them alone. This did not work whatsoever and also caused septicemic plague due to the bacteria entering the open wounds that the whips left. Praying to God. This did not work because God was not punishing the people. It was in fact the bacteria, Yersinia pestis, which caused this horrible disease. When people figured out that the Black Death was airborne, they began to visit, or even live in, foul-smelling sewers. It was thought that the stench of rotting human waste would discourage the disease-ridden air from coming near and infecting them. This didn't work, of course, and most of the people died of other diseases too. Bloodletting was a popular treatment for the plague and about every other disease in Europe at this time. If you were lucky, you could afford to have leeches do all the hard work for you. Leeches were actually a fairly painless method of bloodletting, but most people could not afford them and had to go with the age-old method of cutting the skin open. A blade would be pushed into a vein and blood would be drained into a bowl. Without painkillers, this procedure would have been agonizing and gruesome infections were common. Just what you need when you've got a life-threatening disease. There were many other silly and strange cures thought to work during this time, but it is now known that antibiotics can cure patients.
Now, you probably have many questions, including how can I treat these symptoms, how can I prevent from getting the Black Death, how is it cured, and why isn't the moon made of cheese? Sadly, I can't help you with the last one, but I can help you with the others.
The Black Death can be simply cured by going to a doctor the moment you recognise some of these symptoms. There, you will be treated with antibiotics. To prevent getting the Black Death, increase your hygiene, stay away from fleas, and treat your pets with flea removal treatments. We interrupt this advert for a breaking news report. This school in South Australia has just had a huge outbreak of the Black Death. 350 students have been reported to be showing symptoms such as lethargicness, fevers, chills. Some students have even reported to have buboes. The kids are all being treated at a local hospital and there have been no reported fatalities yet.